Hey, what's up guys, Guy1st95 here with a little how-to tip guide to determine whether the earpods you bought online, either from Amazon, eBay, or whatever place that you bought it from, are actually genuine Apple earpods. So for demonstration purposes, I have on the right some genuine Apple earpods, and on the left are some freebies that I got from a career fair event from Boeing. So let's just go ahead and compare the differences. Without even taking the earpods out of their carrying cases, you can't really identify them too clearly on the front unless they have some noticeable labeling like the one I got from the Boeing. But on the back, if it's missing an Apple logo, it's definitely not genuine. But some of these fakes might even have this engraved Apple logo on the back, so then we have to actually examine the earpods themselves to see if they're real or not. Apple designs their products to be very precise, so you really shouldn't see any seams or awkward bends. So starting out with a full overall analysis, beginning with the ear tips. So as you can see on the right is the genuine one, on the left is the fake one. On the fake one, you can clearly see a black line where the seams meet, whereas on the real one, they're pretty much imperceptible. And looking closer at the sound hole, you can see that on the genuine Apple EarPod, the mesh that covers it is reflective and it'll reflect against the light. But on the fake one, there's no this reflectiveness. It seems to be only a very simple film covering the hole. Moving down the earphones, I am now bending the wire at the base of the earpieces. And you can see on the genuine earpods, there's a very smooth arch when I bend it, but on the fake ones, there's a clear bend and it looks like the wire kind of flattens out there. It shows that it doesn't have a very strong connection at the base of the earpieces. And now we come to the place where copycats find it very difficult to mimic Apple, and that is the remote microphone. First, let's listen to how the fake remote buttons sound. And now let's listen to the real one. Not only are the fake ones much louder than the real ones, but it's also much more difficult to press these buttons as opposed to the genuine Apple EarPods. Apple also has a very iconic rubbery-like material touch to their cables, which they advertise to make the earphones tangle-free. However, competitors have a very difficult time mimicking this specific material, so their earphone cables tend to just feel very plasticky and smooth. And now we reach the end of the earpods, and that is the plug. Look for any imperfections in any of the three rings. You can see there's one right here. So that is how you can find out if your Apple earphones are fake just by looking at it. But of course there's the other way, is by actually listening to them. This is probably the fastest way to figure it out if you are already accustomed to the sound quality of Apple EarPods. While the original OEM Apple EarPods are not audiophile grade earphones, but they do provide a decent amount of bass and good clarity for an entry-level earphone. Fakes tend to have a very tinny sound and lack in detail, and they also tend to be very quiet since they don't have powerful enough drivers, leading you to have to raise the volume much more than you would on a real one. So look for things like that if you're trying to figure it out just by listening to them. So now you've identified whether your earpods are genuine or not. Then comes the question whether you should return them, or you can just swallow it up and just keep it. Maybe that's not so bad. Well, depending on the build quality, it is possible to get a pretty decently built fake Apple earphones and still be perfectly happy with it. Some people really can't tell the difference in sound quality, or some people just want the Apple EarPod style and not the Apple EarPod price. So I can see the appeal of that even if you know that it's already fake. However, do keep in mind that these fakes tend to be made of lesser quality materials and they're not engineered as precisely as Apple's, and as thus they can easily break, which is exactly what happened to mine. I gave it to my little brother since he wanted a new pair of earphones, and then he just dropped it once and now this earpiece is broken. I can even rotate it all around like this. Now, I'm not going to go and tell you to always return a fake earpod, it's always up to you, but just keep that in mind. You're going to be getting a lesser quality product. But that'll do it for this video. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, please give it a like, it would be greatly appreciated. Consider subscribing to my channel, Guy1st95, for more product reviews, unboxings, and how-to guides like this. Any questions, leave it in the comments section down below, and thanks for watching, guys.